Welcome to Non-Fiction Reviews. The Invisible Kingdom, by Meghan O'Rourke, is a memoir that explores grief, spirituality, and the search for meaning in the face of loss. The book is divided into 3 sections, each focusing on a different stage in the author's life and her experiences with loss. In the first section, The Map of Loss, O'Rourke reflects on the death of her mother from cancer and the years of caregiving that preceded it. She shares her struggles with grief, including feelings of anger, guilt, and disorientation. She also delves into the complex relationships within her family, including her mother's difficult marriage and her own fraught relationship with her father. The second section, The Book of the Dead, focuses on O'Rourke's exploration of spirituality and the afterlife. She shares her experiences with various forms of spiritual practice, from meditation to shamanic healing, and discusses her beliefs about the nature of consciousness and the possibility of an afterlife. She also examines the cultural and historical roots of religious belief and the ways in which different cultures and traditions have sought to understand death and the afterlife. The final section, The Forest of Living, shifts to a more personal exploration of O'Rourke's own identity and sense of purpose in the wake of her mother's death. She shares her experiences with therapy, meditation, and creative writing, and discusses her ongoing efforts to find meaning and connection in her life. She also reflects on the lessons she has learned from her experiences with loss and grief, including the importance of community and the need for compassion and empathy. Throughout the book, O'Rourke weaves together personal anecdotes and reflections with insights from psychology, philosophy, and spirituality. She explores the ways in which grief can both isolate and connect us, and the importance of finding meaning and purpose in the face of loss. She also touches on broader cultural and societal issues, such as the medicalization of death and the role of technology in shaping our experiences of grief and loss. One of the key themes of The Invisible Kingdom is the complexity and universality of grief. O'Rourke emphasizes the importance of acknowledging and embracing our own feelings of loss, and of creating space for others to do the same. She also highlights the role of community and connection in healing from grief, and the ways in which our experiences with loss can deepen our understanding of the human condition. Another important theme is the search for meaning and purpose in the face of loss. O'Rourke reflects on her own struggles with finding a sense of direction and purpose after her mother's death, and the various ways in which she has sought to create meaning in her life. She also touches on broader cultural and societal issues, such as the pressure to constantly achieve and succeed, and the ways in which these pressures can hinder our ability to truly connect with ourselves and others. Here are 5 takeaways from the book. 1. Grief is a complex and multifaceted experience. O'Rourke's exploration of her own grief after her mother's death shows that it can manifest in a variety of ways, from physical symptoms to emotional reactions, and can continue to shape our lives long after the initial loss. The search for meaning is an ongoing process. O'Rourke grapples with the question of how to find meaning in a world where suffering and loss are inevitable. Through her writing, she suggests that finding meaning requires a willingness to confront difficult emotions and a willingness to seek out connections with others. The boundaries between life and death are not always clear. O'Rourke's experiences with mediumship and her research into the history of spiritualism show that many people have sought to connect with loved ones who have passed on. While the scientific validity of these practices is debatable, they offer a way for people to feel connected to those who have died. 4. The medical establishment has a limited understanding of chronic illness. O'Rourke's experiences with chronic illness and her research into autoimmune diseases reveal a medical system that often struggles to diagnose and treat these conditions. She argues that this is due in part to the tendency to view illness as a purely biological phenomenon, rather than considering the role of psychology, lifestyle, and social factors. 5. The experience of grief is universal. While O'Rourke's personal story is unique, her reflections on grief, loss, and the search for meaning speak to universal experiences. By sharing her story, she offers a way for readers to connect with their own experiences of grief and to feel less alone in the face of loss. Overall, The Invisible Kingdom is a thoughtful and deeply personal exploration of grief, spirituality, and the search for meaning in the face of loss. Through her own experiences, O'Rourke offers insights and reflections that are both moving and illuminating, and that speak to the universal human experience of loss and mourning. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more content on non-fiction. Let us know in the comments what other non-fiction books you like to see on our channel.